What's up everybody, BigSweetC here with you. Got a special little video for you today. Today I want to talk about Fallout 76, specifically the Wastelanders update. Now, if you haven't been watching, I've actually been playing this on stream quite a bit recently. I've been playing it outside of streams quite a bit recently myself. I started over. Fallout 76 Wastelanders is now on Xbox Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate if you happen to have that. So I've decided to start over fresh with the new Wastelanders update right here on the Microsoft Windows Store on PC. So we've kind of started over to play it just so I could get a fresh new view of it. Starts off pretty much exactly the same, to be honest with you, but once you get out, one big difference you notice almost immediately: there are now actual people, NPCs, in the wasteland with you. It gives it so much more of an actual Fallout feel to it. You know, I was talking about this on one of the last streams. What made this one feel so much different than the previous Fallout games, in my opinion, is the fact that there wasn't any person-to-person interaction. Now, I'm not saying person-to-person as in myself to you, to other players. I'm saying your character to another character. There wasn't really any player interaction. You got out of the vault, and then you basically followed around these holotapes until you could find the Overseer, or find out what happened to the Overseer, or whatever it is you did. And as you were going along, these public events happened, and then these computer terminals kind of told you the story of what was going on when when the Overseer first came out, and kind of tells you like the history of what was going on before people came out of the vault, which is all fine and dandy, but turns out it is also boring as all get up. You know, like you'd get out of the vault and you just kind of wander around. You wouldn't really have anything to do, because if you're anything like most of us, I'm guessing we don't wander around and just look at terminals to look at terminals. You know, like not a whole lot of us read into the lore aspect of Fallout. I don't read every piece of paper that I pick up. I don't listen to every holotape that I find. And before the Wastelanders came out, Fallout 76, that's all you had. You had to do all of that if you wanted to progress the game. And that was a major turnoff for a lot of people. It was a major turnoff for me. It was boring as all get up. I mean, I liked walking around, but there wasn't really anything to do, you know? Because again, I didn't want to wander around just reading terminals. Well, now the Wastelanders update, now it came out middle of April, so I am a little bit behind on this. I know May, June, and most of July have already passed, but it's been out for about 3 months, and it's gotten actually pretty positive reviews. So on the Wastelanders update specifically, IGN is giving it a 6 out of 10. Google users have a 90% like of this game, and then it looks like the ratings. Out of about 460 ratings, it averages a 4.5. So some of these guys, huge improvement, tons of new content to an already complex and additive game. I think he meant addictive game. Came back to gaming 2018 when I built a gaming PC from scratch after recovering from surgery. Wanted to get into something. And after working through many games, I found Fallout 4. Oh, they're not even talking about... These reviews aren't even talking about Fallout 76. Or that one wasn't anyway, but this one was. So huge, tons of improvements. So it looks like everybody's got a pretty decent opinion of the update, and I've been playing it, and it is a lot more fun. You can kind of get lost in the wasteland again. Feels more like Fallout because you're talking to people in the wasteland, and they're telling you about these factions. That you can align with now if you want to. There's some sort of human interaction. They're sending you to places that you then randomly run into others. So the other thing that I love about Fallout games is you come out of the vault, you meet person A, they send you to person B. On the way you run into building C, and you're like, oh, this is cool, I'm gonna check this out. Well, that's basically all Fallout 76 was but there wasn't that initial human-to-human contact that sent you from point A to point B to find point C. So that immediate need for a mission that most of us have, at least me, in my opinion, most of us have, that need to be told what to do, then ventures off into that sandbox type world. That's why it's so much better. That's why Fallout is so much better as a sandbox type game than just standard sandbox games. Because there is an initial thing to do, and then you let your mind wander after that. It's not just you do whatever you want right out of the gate. You're so overwhelmed with stuff to do that you don't know where to start. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a catch-22. You want the freedom to do whatever you want, but you need a place to start. And Fallout 76, when it first came out, didn't have that. Just had the all that you want to do, the a la carte plate, you know, the buffet dinner of sandbox games. It didn't have the main course. Now it's got the main course, and the buffet is a beautiful addition. And it's just so much more fun to play. Now, having said all this, there is one big thing that I've been thinking about, and friend of the channel, Scavenger Zero, brought this up. I'm actually kind of glad that he did, because it didn't really seem to bother me at first, but the more I think about it, the more it does kind of bother me a little bit. Now, what I mean by that is Fallout 76 is a cooperative game. That's not really a cooperative game. Yeah, you can play in the same server, in the same world at the same time, but you're not really playing cooperatively. It's not like Diablo, where party leader starts a bounty mission, all party goes, and as soon as the bounty is killed, all party gets success for the mission, for the bounty, right? That's not how this game is. Like, if you start a mission, you started the mission. Whether you're a team leader or in a team or not doesn't pertain to any of the other team. It's just you. So basically, it's not really a cooperative game. It's a game where you're playing at the same time as your friends. The difference being, my interaction with the world is not directly correlated to my friend's action in the world. Another step further from that is even if he's just with me, so it's go clear out this raider gang right in point A. We go over there, he can help me with the outside of point A, but then I have to go into like the little hut to take out the leader by myself. That's not cooperation. That's playing it by yourself. On the flip side of that, like, if he's already completed it, he can come in with me, but he doesn't get anything for completing it again. Now, which is weird to me, because I've had the very first quest pop up on me like 5 times. The one where it's it's called like new outlook or new adventures or something. I don't know. Whichever one pops up. As soon as you walk out of the vault, there's one that pops up that like wants you to begin the Overseer's quest of following in the Overseer's footsteps. I've had this quest pop up 4 or 5 times on the combined Xbox and PC playthrough. Even though I've done it multiple times on both, I have it keep popping up. So why can I replay missions, but I can't replay missions? So like, I could keep playing this one over and over again, but if I go join my friend's game and he's done a mission that I've already done, I can help him with that mission, but I don't get any of the bonus at the end of that mission. But then I can turn around and keep replaying missions on my own over and over and over again. You see the breakdown here? Again, you're not really you're playing at the same time in the same space as somebody, but you're not really playing the same game. You're not playing together. My soon-to-be wife and I have this discussion all the time. Like, if I'm here playing video games on my computer, she's watching TV on the TV, but we're in the same room, I generally consider that us time. But she's like, no, 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 no. Unless we're literally sitting looking at each other, communicating with each other, that's us time. Us just being in the same room is just us being in the same room. Kind of the same thing here, you know? I don't mind the fact that these missions kind of separate, well, at least I didn't mind until I started thinking about it. Didn't mind that these missions were all separate because that's how Fallout is to me. It's a solo player game. So the fact that I could, you know, my friends are in the same world, hey, we found this public event, you want to come help us out? That's great. But at the same time, I also want to be able to have them go, hey, I'm doing this quest, can you help me with it? And I go, yeah, and I'm actually able to do it. Now, if we happen to start the quest at the exact same time, and then we do the quest steps all together at the exact same time, we can still get to the very end together. But at the very end, to finish the choice aspect of it, you still have to go in solo. You know, so again, and I understand probably why they did that, because I might choose to side with a faction and my friend might choose to vote against siding with the faction. But why can't we be in the same room together to discuss those feelings? You know, like, so while it's just weird, you know, that, but again, I mean, I love the idea of just being able to travel the wasteland and then have my buddy go, hey, look what I found over here. And then me be able to fast travel to my friend and see what it is. But it would also really, really be nice if we both had a couple of quests that were fairly easy. He goes and does that one, I go and do the other one, and we both get credit for both of them. You can tag team that way. That's the idea of cooperation, to make it easier on you, not to make it harder. So there's, I mean, I again, as a solo Fallout player, didn't really seem all that bad to me at first, but now that my friend Scavenger has brought this up, that it does seem to be like a pretty major flaw in the idea of the game. So, but you know, not to put too far a point on it, I did want to say there is a lot of good. That's why I started with the good. There is a lot of good. There's player interaction now. It's a lot more fun to play. It keeps you a lot more engaged with the person-to-person contact as opposed to just going around from terminal to terminal. There's actual quests now that you can do. The building aspect is a lot better from what I remember. Now, that might just be because I've been more invested in picking up supplies and stuff like that, that I've been able to build a lot more. But the settlement building seems to have been expanded upon, and it's a lot more like Fallout 4 than what I remember previously. So that got a lot better. But there is that one thing where it's still not really a cooperative game. It's more of a play together game, play at the same time game, not play together game. And that is kind of a bummer. But they did make dramatic strides in this game with the last Wastelander update, so there is hope for the future. Hopefully Bethesda gets their act together. Who knows if they actually do? You know, it is Bethesda. They don't really have to listen to anybody because they're the only ones that provide Fallout. And until somebody brings out, you know, I thought Obsidian was gonna erase Bethesda with the Outer Worlds, but I mean, let's be honest, there hasn't been any DLC for the Outer Worlds, and no word of a sequel yet. So unless Obsidian's got something in the works that nobody knows about, the fact that they're not pumping out content right now is, well, might be making me look like the fool in that one. But yeah, so, you know, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll keep pressing forward. I'm gonna keep pressing forward with this one. I don't know how often we'll get into it on the Fallout days, but we'll play it on stream a little bit. But I do generally enjoy it, and it's a quick reprieve from playing like Fallout 4 or like 3 or New Vegas, which we haven't played 3 and New Vegas in a while either. So, but it kind of gives me, it's funny, it kind of gives me a headache going back and playing those old school games because they just don't look as good. But the hilarious part is Fallout 76 is made on the same engine. You know? Oh, life. Oh well. Either way, that's gonna do it for this one. I just wanted to bring you kind of I'm gonna give it a thumb and a half up. I'm gonna give it a thumb and a half up right now. If you have Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate, it is absolutely worth the $0. If you can find it on sale, it's a lot better than it was when it first came out. I bought it at full price. I would still not buy it at full price, but if you can find it on sale or something, it's definitely worth probably $30. It's a fun game now, and I'm excited that they made these very much needed changes. Hopefully there'll be a few more. There are some bugs left in the game that we need to work out. They need to work out. But in the grand scheme of things, it is an unbelievably better difference now than it was just a few months ago. So if you're considering it, check it out. Fallout 76, a lot better. Not great, but a lot better. By the way, that's going to do it for this one. BigSweetC, that's me, wishing you a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it might be. As long as you're watching, I'm wishing you a wonderful watching time. Sweetness, signing off. Peace.